Hey guys, Hunter here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about 5 of the best modifications that I have made to my GFC. So some of you guys have seen some of these in the last video that I made, where I discussed some of the pros and cons of the GoFast camper. Well, today I want to cover 5 of the modifications that are very easy to add to the GoFast camper to really enhance the quality and the overall experience that you have with the camper itself. So let's go ahead and dive right into them. All right guys, so the very first modification that I want to talk about that I think has played one of the biggest roles in improving the overall upgrade, feel, versatility of the camper has been these lock covers. So GFC uses the C2 locks, which to no surprise, they're not the best, and it's really not GFC's fault. Prior to this setup, I actually had a RSI Smart Cap. They used a similar lock to what would be the C5, which is that bigger, fatter lock. And I still had issues with that camper and those locks, okay? RSI Smart Cap did release a latch or lock cover that basically eradicated all of the issues that I was having with that lock itself. And when Blake or BZ Design Shop actually came up with these, basically eradicated all those issues that I was having and all of the other issues that some of the fellow GFCers out there were also experiencing as well. These are extremely easy to pop in and also put onto the camper itself. All you have to do is actually unscrew the one single screw back here, pop the lock out, remove the GFC seal that is underneath the lock. This is actually just a 3D printed latch cover, so all we have to do is drop this lock in, screw this back in, and then you're set to go. These are also extremely durable. I'm going to include actually a photo showing a before and after of having the lock cover on. I went about 30 miles on a dirt road with lots of mud. You'll see the truck completely covered in mud, and when I pop open the lock cover, it's completely dry inside with the ability to easily insert the key and unlock the lock, okay? The issue with not having the lock covers is mud, dirt gets into this locking mechanism. It starts to destroy the lock eventually over time. The other issue that I struggled with in the winter months is ice would freeze the lock itself. If it melted and then it froze, overnight, this would basically cause the lock to be a true pain in the rear, as one might say. But these lock or latch covers are phenomenal. They work great and they're extremely durable. No issue so far, and I think it's probably one of the best upgrades that you can actually make for your GFC canopy style camper. All right guys, the second modification that I found as a huge upgrade to the camper itself was the JE Design and Fabrication drip rails. I had actually purchased these prior to even getting the GFC because I had heard such great things about these, and they 100% do live up to the hype that they bring. So what these do is prevent the water or the rain when you have the water or the rain coming down. Normally this would drip straight into this back rear window area, okay? This is also common in the Super Pacific because he also designs them for the Super Pacific. So it is not just GFC related specifically. But what this does is actually captures the water before it drips down into your window. So if you're ever in the back of the truck and it's raining, that water is going to run straight down. These drip rails prevent that, and it actually guides the water back onto your roof into the roof rails that are on the top of the truck and will actually run down the back. So these were a huge upgrade. They do work, and it's one of those things where it's like instantly you see the effect of when it's raining without them, and then when you do put them on, it completely mitigates that water issue of it running down into the rear passenger area or the driver's side area. All right, the next modification that I want to talk about is this 3D printed 3M VHB applied handle from 3D Proto Labs by an individual named Logan. These are fantastic, all right? If you do not use the ladder to get into the GFC and instead you enter a lot through the back, closing the tailgate, trying to grab this rear hatch, you understand the pain or the issue of really reaching, grabbing. It just doesn't feel right, okay? So Logan created these handles to basically help ease the pain of closing the rear hatch from the inside. This one specifically is also glow in the dark, which works extremely well. So during the day, it collects that light, basically recharges, if that's the correct term to use. And at night, it actually glows up, and it's pretty damn bright to when you get down in the morning or even in the middle of the night, if you have to, it's glowing, okay? Now, it's not enough to illuminate the whole, obviously, GFC area, but it is enough to see where to grab and where the handle actually is. The other great thing about this is you can hang stuff. So if you do not have lights wired up inside the GFC, this is actually strong enough to hang a light so you can illuminate the back tailgate area if you are cooking on it. Just an overall great modification, and you really don't realize how much you'll actually use this until you start using it, okay? I didn't think I would use it that much initially, but every time I get into bed now, I go in the back, I'm always grabbing this handle. And even just closing the back itself when I'm outside here, I'm already grabbing this. Like, I don't even grab up here anymore. I just grab the handle, and it's super strong and sturdy. So definitely recommend these. He also makes them for the outside as well, which I can see I have one up here. This works fantastic and super strong, printed with carbon fiber. I have no doubts it will hold 200 plus pounds. I grab it, I pull myself up, get on tailgate to close the tent. So great products for 3D Proto Lab by an individual named Logan. All right, so the next product that I really want to highlight is, again, from JE Design and Fabrication. This is his step up for the V2 billet clamp down mount. If you do not use the ladder, or if you are planning to not use the ladder to get up and down from the GFC, a lot of times obviously you're going to enter through the floor area. You can try to step up on the actual billet mount. It's not the most comfortable. This is a basically bolt-on flat plated mount that has that grip tape on it, and it is a phenomenal product. You don't realize how much you're actually going to use this until you put it on. Had a friend that got one. I tried it, I used it, and I was sold. I'm actually almost thinking of getting another one for the other side, just to have them on both sides to get in and out of the top floor there itself. Extremely easy to add. I think it took me probably about 5 minutes to unscrew the bolts that were already there from GFC, screw this in, and it's been fantastic. The girlfriend loves it. So if you have a wife, a girlfriend that is also coming with you, or someone that maybe is a little bit shorter and has a difficult time jumping up into the camper itself, this works fantastic. I use it all the time, and it's a great product. Highly recommend it, especially if you are not going to be using the ladder that frequently to get in and out of the camper itself. Now, the last and final modification that was added to the GFC that really changed and made the actual camper quite unique is this 3D printed Baja rock light, third brake light, I should say, that was also designed by the same individual that designed the latch or lock covers, aka Blake. This is version 2. So in version 2, we have 2 red rock lights in the middle here, which is used and tapped into the actual brakes. So when I apply the brakes, the 2 middle ones will light up. There was a relay that had to be used, so if you are trying to do something similar, or if you want to purchase this and put it on the camper yourself, make sure to also use a relay, otherwise you will fry the Baja rock lights. Basically, what I've been told is when you apply the brake lights, it sends multiple bursts of electricity, and it will basically just fry the Bajas. Okay, so you have to add that relay in there if you are going to tap this into your brake lights. On the side here, we have 2 amber Baja rock lights, and these are utilized as chase lights. They are tapped into my Switch Pro panel, and I have it programmed to basically do strobe mode. So when you're on a dirt road, basically you can strobe them so the individual behind you, especially when it's extremely dusty, can see where you're at. They do work quite well. actually. So a lot of people would use like the S1s, the C1s from Dynamics, the Baja Designs, S1s I believe they're called. These work just as fine. They're obviously not going to be as bright as those, but we've tested them on different roads, different conditions where it's extremely dusty, and for the application that I'm using them for, they are perfect, and it adds a pretty cool effect to the actual camper itself. So again, if you do want to purchase something like this and apply it and put it onto your own camper, the link is down below. For me, it's been an awesome upgrade. I think it's probably one of the coolest things, and it also sparks a lot of conversation when someone sees that you have 4 Baja rock lights on the back as a central brake light area. Hopefully you found this video helpful with some of the modifications that are very easy to add to your GoFast camper and really increase the overall feel, and also help fix some of the issues that one may come up with in terms of the water drainage from the drip rails to stepping up and using the JE design and fabrication step up. All of these are extremely easy to add, I would say, except the brake light, which is going to be a little bit more difficult, but still, all in all, a very easy modification to do and add to the camper itself, especially if you have some experience with some electrical and wiring. Overall, the brake light shouldn't be too much to add, and it really adds a whole different effect to the camper. With that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to cover anything else on the GoFast camper itself, stuff that I've added, stuff that I've done, usage, etc., please leave a comment down below. Any questions as well, I'd be more than happy to answer those. Also, check out the GFC forums. I'm extremely active on there, and so is everyone else. It's really a great area to figure out and kind of troubleshoot, see what others have done to their GoFast camper, and you might come up with some great solutions to some things that you might want to do. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Any future video requests, leave them down below. And with that, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.